Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Julie Mann. I'm also known as the Habit Fixer, and I love helping individuals to regain their mojo and age well. I do that with EFT, which is a really simple tapping technique, nutrition, skincare, and digital products. And today, my guest is the absolutely lovely Emma Friendship-Kilburn. I mean, what a name. What a gorgeous, gorgeous name. What a gorgeous woman. Hello, Emma.
Bless you. You are far too kind to me. Thank you so much, Julie. But I really, it is a total pleasure to be here with you and to be part
Oh.
of your habit changing world.
Fantastic. For those of you that don't yet know Emma, she is a marketing consultant, a business development and relationship manager, but also she's a creative. She's a singer and a songwriter, aren't you?
I certainly am. I lead a very double life, it's true to say.
Wonderful. So obviously all your links will be below this video, but for now, you're going to be talking to us about 10 habits to maintain an effective sales pipeline, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Maintaining and building pipelines, sales pipelines, that is really the name of my game, Empower Sales and Marketing Game. And I've been doing it a long time. So, yeah, I'm very happy to be here and give you some little nuggets of wisdom that I've learned over
Excellent.
the years.
Excellent. So if you are looking to increase your sales, you absolutely need to listen to what Emma's got to say. So I'm going to hand straight over to you, Emma.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. So, yes, as Julie has so kindly put there, we're going to be talking today about the 10 habits, 10 key habits really that you need to maintain an effective sales pipeline. Obviously, we know what happens when you don't have a pipeline, things can dry up very quickly and you can be in a little bit of a sticky situation. So, yeah, maintaining great habits really means maximizing the potential for all of your leads and encouraging more of said leads. So, habits should be formed really around effective strategies for you to discover leads, develop them, manage them, and then, of course, convert them. So, you can imagine, I'm sure, having pre qualified leads sat there excitedly awaiting your call, all prepped and ready. What could that mean for your business? Oh, my word. Well, are you actually maximizing the potential for attracting those clients? What would happen if those leads were ready for you to go and seize and make the most of? So I'm going to try and help you with that. Why do I think I can help you? Well, I've been in the world of helping SMEs across various industries in terms of their sales and customer service and attracting and retaining clients for 20 years now. So yeah, been in the game a long time. Many companies really struggle with how to handle leads effectively and they miss out on opportunities. And there are some really simple things that seem to me like second nature, but maybe that it could be helped if you're reminded of. So number one, starting with the end in mind, just imagine the possibilities. Now, words about manifestation and all sorts, they're part of our daily vernacular right now. It is, we're living in that world where this is spoken about a lot, but it's true. Begin with the end in mind, envision the success. So, pre qualified leads, of course, will bring income, growth opportunities, valuable insights that you can weave into further business operations. But, you've got to think about how you're going to manage that sales process efficiently and come up with a bit of a methodology, a system. Begin with the end in mind, as I say, establish clear steps to achieving those goals, and you will have a good path to follow. And then moving on to habit two, again, it seems like this is a no-brainer, but you have to identify your target audience. You might think you know who you'd like to work with, but who really wants to work with you? That's the important thing. Why would someone buy what you're selling? What is it about them? You need to understand that audience, the marketplace, the competition. So making sure that you pre-identify the right sort of audience and avoid having wasted conversations, really. Understand the characteristics that actually bring about a win-win relationship for you with that client. We've all heard about A clients and B clients. What characteristics actually define someone that's suited to you?
So Emma, A and B clients, I haven't heard what they are they?
Oh, so you could probably do a whole topic on this, Julie. But it's about that further analysis, deeper analysis into who, yeah, what actually makes up an ideal client for you. So an A client would be someone that meets a certain group of ticks, really, that is just an absolute sweet spot scenario for you. And a lot of that should be because it's fun, because you enjoy working with people like that, because they've got the same mindset as you. Maybe they really want to embrace technology. That's certainly in my world, someone who's up for embracing technology and innovation, and who has come on, we're at work all the time, let's have fun. That's an important factor for me. So yeah, it's about working out what's really important to you, and then sort of tiering the clients.
So the B clients are the ones that are great, but they're not so great.
Exactly. They're not hitting the mark, or as many marks. Yeah. We'll still take them, but
And then the C ones presumably are ones that are not so pleasant to work with.
Yeah, and then you might decide that anyone who fits the C or D character, no, you wouldn't go forward with them. And it's about knowing those key elements so that you can prevent yourself from getting too far down the line. I think a lot of us know this instinctively, but particularly startups, this is good work to be continuously assessed, I would say.
Brilliant.
Good stuff. Okay, so yeah, habit 3. And this sort of leads nicely from the previous comment, is once you've identified the audience, you have to craft a really strong sales message. What message is going to resonate with them? But it's not just about what you're broadcasting, what you're publishing. It's really developing the right sort of questions to ask, to uncover more from that audience, so that they then come to their own realizations about why, of course, they need to be working with you. So make sure that the messaging is out there for people in terms of your elevator pitch, your USPs, getting that strategy in place, and don't just rely on one channel to be pushing this message as well. But yeah, develop the right message that will resonate, because you've learned about your audience in the previous step, and then knowing about those further questions to ask, to delve deep.
So it's not
build
really about looking at their pain points and
Completely.
coming up with solutions that they're really looking for, because they probably don't really care about the thing that we're doing, but they care about the result they're going to be getting, don't they?
Yes, quite. You've hit the nail on the head. Absolutely, it's about their challenges, and understanding that is about understanding why they might buy from you. I guess I'm thinking with a broad umbrella here, that B2C services, transactional things, ongoing situations. I'm sort of covering it all with one broad brush today, but yeah, absolutely. Most of the time, someone will have a pain point, which is they need it fixed. So yeah, habit fix it. Mm-hmm. All right, lovely. So moving on to habit 4. This is such an important one. First impressions matter. Who is picking up the telephone in your organization? What system is answering your emails or your messages? How shall I put this? How human is your chatbot? These first interactions that a prospect has with your business, this is absolutely crucial. As I've spoken about before, what do you do when you're suddenly faced with the fact that you've got these really excited prospects? Yeah, okay, this sounds great, I want to hear more. You don't want to mess it up. So ensure that all of your communications are smooth and respectful. Your communication is timely. Really, I always talk about this: treat your prospects like gold. And to be honest, everybody you interact with could be a prospect. And it's not just about them, it's about who's outside of them in their circle also. So yeah, be reliable, timely, consistent, handle interactions beautifully, avoid delays and mishandling, because that can leave a bad taste in the mouth, and we certainly want the opposite of that.
Can you just define what you consider to be mishandling? Because it's an interesting phrase,
Ooh.
isn't it?
Yes. So perhaps you've been lucky enough to have a meeting with a prospect who's very interested in what you're talking about, and they would like a proposal from you. Oh, dream scenario! This is the great next part of the system and method in action. But then you take 2 weeks to send it to them. I don't really think that's acceptable these days. I think that we should yeah, act in a very timely manner, and also make sure you show that you've listened. and perhaps you've spoken about things in that meeting, make sure that you follow up correctly, so maybe mishandling is not doing those things.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you've clarified that. I think it's so important that we, in whatever we're doing, whether it's in business or in life, that actually we do what we say we're going to do.
Precisely.
Because that builds up trust then, doesn't it? And actually it gives people that feel good feeling if, we are our word. And
Yeah.
actually, if we're not our word, personally, it really chips away at our self-esteem, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're quite right. It can lead to all sorts of feelings of, instability and confusion, and these are never good feelings to inhabit. No, you're right. It all leads to the credibility and integrity, and of course, the more of those, positive things that you have, the more people will want to work with you. No, you're bang on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, moving on to habit 5, I love this one because I am friendship by name, friendship by nature. Networking is all about making friends. If you're not out there networking, and that can take many different forms, but essentially, it's having conversations with people, with real conversations with people all the time. If you're not doing that, then you're unlikely to have a pipeline to sort of dip into when the occasion happens. So yeah, concentrate on building valuable connections, having valuable conversations, and as I said before, show people that you're listening, that you're interested, because there's an opportunity with every conversation to really refine your marketing, refine your sales strategy, and of course your wider proposition, not least make sure that people know about you so that when the need is there in their world, they'll think of you.
Also, it's so much more enjoyable for us if we're doing that kind of thing, isn't it? I mean, I think
Yes,
life really is all about relationships, and the more great relationships we have, the happier we'll be. It's
precisely.
simple,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you so right. What would the world be without, well, we know the impact, the negative impact that there is when people are in isolation. I mean, we're social beings. We're meant to be vibing off each other, bouncing from each other and helping one another. There's, the feel good factor is well documented from that for sure. Yes. Okay, so habit 6. This is about ensuring that you have a consistently, sort of continuously evolving online presence. So obviously, this, it sounds like a no-brainer, but you would be surprised by the amount of businesses I talk to throughout. I deal with all kinds of verticals you would not believe. And there are still people who don't have a website, or they're not active on any particular platform. It really matters, but you've got to focus on key channels, I would say, that suit, of course, your audience and that avatar work that you will have done, as we've spoken about earlier. So my specialism, as you know, is telemarketing, but generally speaking, I'm all about the development. But I specialize in LinkedIn. So I might be, and my audience are on LinkedIn, but I'm also a singer and a songwriter. And as you've identified, and so I'm also heavily using Instagram. I need to be doing more on TikTok. I think we hear about this a lot, don't we? Like, so much. There are always these areas we think we should be doing more of. But
Yeah.
um, yes, go on.
Do you think that, I mean, because I think that's we're all busy, aren't we? And
Yeah,
it really is about using our time effectively. And what you're talking about is doing just that. When it
so
comes to the where we post, or the platforms that we're on, I imagine it's always best really to be consistent. At least if you're only going to do one, just do it consistently. Whatever you do, do it consistently. But would there be for you a recommended platform to be on?
I would say it really is dependent upon your target audience, and that's not just necessarily all of the people who use you, but who you really want to be doing more work with, that fall into those, A and B categories, as we've talked about. If you're working with anybody in business services, professional services, then yeah, you can't not be on LinkedIn really. But of course, wherever you choose, you need to put the effort in. And so, as you say, don't spread yourself too thin. Concentrate on the most effective channel, and make sure that that's not the only activity you're doing. So as I say, you'd be coupling that with networking or perhaps email marketing or something like that. Just making sure that you're maintaining something that is a reference point for people, that sort of, showcasing what you're about with that messaging, making sure you've got your shop window intact with the website as well. A website can be so simple. It's just about, again, that credibility and somewhere for people to instantly go get a quick understanding of who you're about and what you're about, and yeah, who you can help.
Yeah.
Super important. So habit 7 would be understanding the importance of data. So again, it's all about this audience work. I know a lot of people that have built up enormous email data sets over the years, and perhaps maybe your product offering has changed, and it's good to refine these things. But yeah, make sure that you're identifying that correct target, get the data right, get it in the right place, make sure you've got the right decision makers, who is the message going to land with best, and again, understanding, delving more into the services that people really want, streamline that offering, ensure that it's packaged correctly, and if it's taken to the right audience, then it will land well. So it's, as I've talked about before, make sure you're asking the right questions, taking the opportunity to get feedback from your audience that things are working well with, encourage that sort of participation and discussion, and then that will lead you to refining your data set. Yeah, feedback and data sort of all in one there, really. And I would say, so for habit 8, again, this is sort of, things that we've already touched upon, but follow-up strategies. This is really key. So you may well attend a networking event, and there will be so many people in the room that we should be connecting with, having further conversations with, and the same with conversations that might not necessarily be a direct prospect thing, but one-to-ones or whatever. Just make sure that you're setting expectations, making them feel important, and implementing, I would say, really, because it's so available to us now, automation. Automate wherever you can, take the load off. A golden rule really is to treat every interaction with the potential long-term benefit that it could hold for you. Not every purchaser, or not every non-purchaser is a lost cause. Make sure that you continue to nurture that relationship, and that's what really follow-up strategies is all about. What are the best practices, making sure that you're talking about when you may next speak again at the end of a conversation, making sure, again, as you said, that you're reliable and you actually do it.
Yeah. Well, what's that expression? The fortune is in the follow-up.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I like that.
I guess if you don't follow up on things, then it's less likely to lead to something, and who knows where something might go, like you say, because sometimes it's a question of timing, isn't it? That maybe the person you're talking to isn't ready for something that you have, a solution that you have, but they might be, in 2 months' time or 2 years' time, and it is about keeping that relationship going, which if the more relationships you have, obviously the more you're stretched in terms of the time you can spend. So if you are automated, presumably that's way, way easier to keep those connections.
Exactly. Just set it at the end of the conversation, set it in your CRM, in your system. And I should have definitely talked a little bit more about making sure that you're actually using a system, but that's in this habit right now. Habit number 9 is all about building and managing your database. So the importance of record keeping. And this will, really, really help with that. So if if you are keeping in touch with people over the years, which that is the thing with pipeline, it's a long-term game, and things can drop in at any point. It's about having the data and being ready for when something does happen. I frequently give a catch-up call to somebody and they say, oh, we spoke about you yesterday, we spoke about this last week, oh, this is brilliant, perfect timing. And do you know what, people are so busy, as you say, that waiting for them to come back to you it doesn't mean that they didn't want to work with you. Perhaps they could just forget things yeah, get hectic in their world. Someone else jumps in first, and you know what, they need the thing, the person's on the phone, oh yeah, no, we really need that, sorry, but you've got to be there to and making sure that you continually follow up will keep you front of mind. I mean, this thing about record keeping and having a great database, I go on about it all the time, but have a CRM in place. Make sure you're maintaining your records in terms of the backstory, keeping detailed notes, and so that when you next speak to the person, you can, you're making it obvious that you listened, it was important what they had to say to you, and of course it actually helps you develop the conversation, bring it to the next step. It ensures sort of continuity as well, and you can be more personalized with your approach, which is just so important. We're, as individuals, we're just wired this way. We want to think it's all about us.
Yes. How many times is it? How many touch points is it before someone might make a buying decision? Is it
Well,
7 or is it more than that? There's some sort of statistic, isn't there?
it changes all the time.
Is
Yeah,
there?
I would say it's between sort of 7 and 20.
Mm.
Yeah, sort of the sweet spot for years seems to have been 12, but yeah, things are saying it with social media, it's there's more than that now. But
Yeah. And the advantage with taking notes and writing down some personal things is that then you can bring that up in the next conversation,
yeah,
or just drop a line and say, oh, how did it go at such and such, at the sports day, whatever it was, and people go, oh my goodness, she really cares,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
It's so important, and
Yes.
you genuinely do.
Yes.
We do. It's just that we can't. Not all of us are able to maintain all of the information.
Yeah. No, exactly. We can't possibly keep all of that in our head. And even if we could, why would we want to?
Yes, yes.
Really, yeah. There's no space for creativity and thinking if you're stuffing it with facts and yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you're
maybe,
right.
she says.
Yeah, where would be the space for our art? No, you're quite right. So yeah, just sort of further point on that really is that there are so many databases, systems out there that are really intuitive and easy to set up. Things like you can have the Rolls Royce in terms of the Salesforce, and then things like Zoho. Flow is a new one that I've been introduced to. Monday, HubSpot, just they've all got free trials out there, so make sure that you're staying engaged with people, and can set up all of those workflows and triggers to keep in contact, and they will all enable it. And then moving on to our final habit here, and that is maintaining your marketing flywheel. So this is another little bit of jargon, but the marketing flywheel is how do you keep that in motion? It's making sure you are continually attracting the right kinds of clients, and it's by acting in all of these areas that we've been talking about. But the key factor, of course, is to continue being excellent and continue delivering a superb customer service with the customers that you have. Give them the results, communicate with them, share that success that you're having with them via them as collaboration, or make sure you're continuing to sort of fly the flag for what you're doing. Give great service to the clients who are paying you, and this should continue to attract people. So yeah, if you maintain all of these little elements, they should weave together, and you should continue with your pipeline quite happily.
Brilliant, Emma. That was so comprehensive. I've got to ask you, have you always been a lover of tech, or is this something that you discovered later on in life and actually thought, you know what, this is amazing because it works? And how did is that the way your brain works?
It's funny you say that, Julie. I was never allowed a computer at home. All my friends had computers. Yeah, I didn't actually learn how to use a computer until I started sort of full-time work when I was about 18, and my then boss taught me in a online retail company. She taught me how to use spreadsheets and the internet and everything, and I've got a lot to thank her for. So yeah, I have really embraced it as soon as I understood it. And yeah, I guess there's a bit of an android about me. I do love it. I love keywords and analysis and stats and all of that. So yeah, I'm a late convert.
Oh my goodness, I love that. I mean, you know, sometimes the stuff that you talk about sounds quite dry if you're not into data and all that sort of stuff. But the thing is that those things work, and it allows us much more freedom to do the other things that we want to do because we've got that
Yeah.
handle, doesn't it? So thank you so much, Emma. That was absolutely brilliant.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
everyone else for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and how about sharing it with someone else? Wouldn't that be good if they need to hear it? All of Emma's links will be down below this video, as will mine. So just get in touch with her. You know, she's so amazing. She's up to so many things. Check out her Instagram channel. What is it, Emma, for your singing?
My Instagram is of the it's of the musical variety, and it's at Listen to Friendship, and Friendship has a 3 instead of the E.
Yeah, fantastic. You heard it here first. So thank you ever so much for watching, and yeah, enjoy. Hope you got lots of
Absolutely.
benefits.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julie. I would say, just to reiterate, yeah, keep building those funnels, nurturing your leads, and of course, believe in your potential. You can achieve it. So yeah, thanks ever so much for having me, Julie. And yeah, keep happily fixing us all. Wonderful.
But none of us need fixing. It's just about tweaking, a little
Oh
tweak,
yes. Tweet.
introducing a new habit, like some of the habits you talked about that
Yeah.
may really, really make a difference to us. So thank you.